The customer asked us to compare these two knives. We've got the Shinkiro Gyuto and the Yoshikane Gyuto. The first and biggest difference is the composition. Shinkiro is ironclad, the Yoshikane is stainless clad, going to be easier to thin and sharpen. This guy's going to be easier to take care of. The next thing you're going to notice is the weight, and the Shinkiro is like a little bit heavier. I think it's like 20 grams heavier, but it's really going to be more of an issue of like how it holds the weight. Hasegawa for contrast. Now the way that the Shinkiro holds its weight is it is a little bit thicker at the spine and it does have a bit of a taper, maybe not as much taper as the Yoshikane, but it's also going to hold that weight further down into the grind and have more of a workhorse grind. Now even though these guys are really thick at the spine and hold that weight, I don't know if you guys can see this, but they still do have nail flex right behind the edge. So they perform really well on harder ingredients. That being said, a workhorse knife like this is probably never going to be a 10 out of 10 at a sweet potato, but it's going to do a really good job. It is still going to be a little bit delicate, so you have to be careful with it, and this isn't a heavy knife that we're like cranking through bones. And then for the Yoshikane, again, we're going to have a little bit more thickness at the tang here, but it is going to taper a little bit more aggressively. These guys do get thinner behind the edge much quicker than the Shinkiros. They've got really nice tall geometry on them, so they cut super well. It's gonna be harder to show on this guy because we've used this one and it already has some patina, but these guys also have nail flex along the entire length of the blade. And these guys are some of the best cutters. These guys, again, being a little bit thinner at the spine and having a more gradual transition, gonna do a little bit better on harder ingredients than the Shinkiro. Next thing you're gonna notice is definitely gonna be the height. So the Yoshikane is definitely a taller knife and the Kiritsuke version is a little bit flatter. Shinkiro is a shallower, flatter knife in the first place, but the Gyuto version of the Yoshikane is definitely going to have that same height, but be a little bit rockier. So you kind of have an option for everything. Now, of course, finally we have the aesthetics. This is a Kuruuchi finished knife. They've got a really beautiful hand-done kanji on these guys, which I really like. There's Damascus in the cladding. The handles are maybe a little bit classier with the ebony and the blonde buffalo horn. The Yoshikane, of course, is a beautiful knife as well, albeit a little bit more understated. It's got a Nashiji finish, which really helps hide scratches and things, so if you're gonna use this professionally, that's awesome. Kanji, a little bit less cool. I believe they're still hand done, but it's a very gentle, light tap in there. Handles, we have octagonal handles as well with walnut and buffalo horn. Though it seems like a simple handle, I gotta say they always use really nice pieces of walnut, and the fit and finish on both handles is really fantastic. So there you have it. This guy's definitely more of a workhorse. This guy's definitely more of a laser. I don't think you'd be disappointed with either, and at the price point, you can expect very fantastic fit and finish on both of them.